The HTC One has landed, and so far we like what we've seen. But the phone faces some very stiff competition, so we've taken an early look at just how well it measures up against its closest rivals. The design of the HTC One is stunning. Its unibody aluminium design feels solid in the hand, fitting roughly on par with the Samsung Galaxy S3 in terms of size. Still, the metallic body gives it a bit more weight and a more premium feel, much like the glossy glass finish for the Xperia Z. We can't foresee many tasks the HTC One won't be able to handle with its quad-core 1.7 GHz Snapdragon 600 processor. This compares with the 1.5 GHz Crate processor in the Xperia Z, a 1.3 GHz quad-core in the Galaxy S3, and Apple's dual-core 1.2 GHz chip. HTC now owns bragging rights over its rivals with its pin-sharp 5-inch Full HD screen. The Xperia Z's full TFT display is pretty impressive, although we found it looking slightly washed out at times. Meanwhile, Samsung's Super AMOLED display is good, but does have some visible pixels. We're interested to find out how the HTC One's ultra-pixel lens turns out, and we'll be letting you know in our full review. Sony's latest Xperia device has proved that it's not all about numbers though, with its 13 megapixel offering being one of the poorest performing cameras we've seen on a smartphone. There's no microSD slot on the HTC One, but the phone will be available in 32GB and 64GB variants. This brings it more in line with the iPhone 5, whereas the Galaxy S3 and Xperia Z offer less internal memory but allow for expansion. Audiophiles could be in for a treat, with the HTC One offering the new HTC Boom sound in addition to the traditional Beats audio. The iPhone 5 probably offers the best media experience overall, provided you do things Apple's way. Meanwhile, the Xperia Z is also a dream for media, provided you don't use a Mac, whereas Samsung drags behind with the S3, proving a bit of an old hat. The HTC One's brand new Sense overlay is a great take on the Android experience. Apple claims iOS is the most advanced OS in the world, but it's also the most boring, having barely changed in the 6 years since being introduced. We're fans of Samsung's TouchWiz, although it's definitely not for everyone. Sony's interface is very much generic Android, albeit with a few minor tweaks. We'll be bringing you our in-depth verdict on the HTC One soon, so watch this space.